Is object-centric process mining really useful? Hi, my name is Andreas Hense and I make videos on business process automation. Today I want to talk about my first experience with object-centric process mining. Object-centric process mining is the new trend, and it is opposed to classical case-centric process mining. And on this channel I have many videos already on case-centric process mining, and I'll put links to some of these videos in the description below. There's also a strong connection between the business process management system YAWL, that is a topic of this chapter, and classic case-centric process mining, because from YAWL, from the YAWL engine, you can export logs, event logs in the XES format. So there is a one-to-one correspondence between YAWL and case-centric process mining. Yeah, my first reaction to object-centric process mining was, it looks very interesting, but I also had some doubts. So is object-centric process mining really the silver bullet, and does it solve all problems? And isn't it too much effort to create these so-called digital twins of existing systems? So that was a concern, but most of all my concern was, would it be really applicable in practice? Wouldn't it be too complex for practitioners to apply as a methodology? So now at the end of last year we started the first project, my first object-centric process mining project, and it was a sales process, and the system that was operating or supporting the sales process was Microsoft Dynamics. And in the sales process there were three objects that we identified that were important. First one were the campaigns, and the second one were the leads, and the third one were the opportunities. So these three objects were identified, and then of course there were discussions with the subject matter experts, and then we started doing this project, and we used Celonis as a software for this. So the team that I had was mostly unexperienced students that were working, and they had some very good instructions from a very helpful company that we are working with. We used a stepwise approach for object-centric process mining. So we started by just modeling the objects. So we had campaigns, leads, and opportunities. And then we looked at the database tables of Microsoft Dynamics and identified foreign keys. And this is the kind of reverse engineering that you have to do. We looked at all the attributes and looked at the ones that were interesting and the ones that didn't look so interesting. And then we modeled the objects. And then also we looked at the relationships between them, like many-to-many, many-to-one, and one-to-one relationships. In the second phase, we modeled the events. And for each event, we looked at which objects were involved in the event. So the events can be drawn from change tables in the original database management system. And also, of course, discussing this with subject matter experts, which ones are the relevant events. And so we modeled that, and we said which event creates, reads, updates, or deletes a certain object. And when this was done, we had our object-centric process model with all the relationships between the objects, all the events and everything. And then on top of that, we started building the analysis where we could see the process models of the different objects, and also where we could see the KPIs and all these things. So with this stepwise approach, actually this was quite nice and successful. So coming back to my original doubts, the first one being that is there added value at all? And I would say yes, because we can now ask all these overarching questions. And the second topic is the effort too much? I would say the additional effort is very tolerable, and I think anyway most of the effort goes into discussing things with the subject matter experts and getting to know the fields of this, getting to know the sales process and things like that, and not so much in the implementation, even if the implementation is more work than just having, you know, simple case-centric process mining for only one object. And my greatest concern about this object-centric process mining being too complex for a practical setting, this was really dispelled, this doubt, because I've thought that this experience showed that you can do object-centric process mining with a team of people who are good at process mining, but they don't have to be really experts for object-centric process mining from the start if you really have a way of proceeding step by step as we did in the project. So there's one question that is remaining, and that is, do we really have to build the digital twins? I mean, after all, when Microsoft Dynamics was created, they already had a database model and they modeled all these many-to-one relationships between the objects. So why do we have to do this reverse engineering? And the answer is, if we want to do object-centric process mining for an existing system, then of course we have to do that. But I have this idea of object-centric process automation, and I will talk about this idea in the next video. So thanks very much for watching, and if you like, see you again in the next video.